Yo my people, today is day 20 of 75 hard. This video is going to be like a voiceover of what I did earlier on into the day. I'm going to change up the dynamic of these videos and see how it goes. I feel like if I talk in the future of the videos that I made in the past, I can give you guys a proper overview of what happened and how I feel and any things I want to change. I did mention that I want to add more carbs into my diet. I do believe that having more carbs kind of reduces your thinking and how to process information. But right now, the carbs I'm eating, I'm trying to keep it complex as much as I can, and I still feel normal. I still feel like exactly how I did when I was doing a proper keto diet. Until I feel like I'm getting intense brain fog where I can't talk or where I can't get out value in the videos, I'm gonna keep my carbs high just so I can improve my performance into the gym. Because I mentioned in a video in the past, one of my main goals in this challenge is to get stronger. I did bench earlier on today and I didn't recall myself doing bench, but I'm trying to get bigger and stronger. And I feel like if I stick to the keto diet, it's good. I really like how I was like kind of starting to shed off some body fat. I'm not too fussed about that right now. I'm in a deficit when I do the keto. So ideally I want to be eating as much as I can, as long as it's good food. I'm not too fussed about having body fat, to be honest. I did my first workout, I was in an ordinary park. Did my first 45 minutes. I feel like when I talk like this as well, I don't have to kind of bullshit you guys talking about some random stuff like the weather or how many people are in the park. Like sometimes I'll just be waffling sometimes. So I feel like now I can kind of just get to the actual important parts. Get my water in at the moment. I've still got some time. It's not right at the end of the day, as you can kind of see. It's kind of still kind of bright. So just getting some of my water. First workout was quite a lot of rice. I want to say it's probably about 500 calories. And then after that, I had some eggs. So I'm sitting on around 1,000 calories and probably just over 100 grams of protein. A lot of the times my breakfast is the same, and I always say that in the videos. Doing my reading now, I feel like my attention span towards reading has improved a lot. I did say that, I'm not sure if I said that in a mental update video, but recently I spoke about how like I kind of felt like I was at like a low point, not mentally, but like just having the discipline to do stuff. Like I felt like it was just straight discipline, and I still had that feeling in the last couple of days. I wasn't really like up to the challenge, and it was kind of hard to like really convince myself to do it. And like I feel like psychologically or like subconsciously I'm trying to find a way to like cheap out or like just do stuff in an easier way. But like I've been getting over that kind of rough patch where like I just kind of just really losing the motivation, and it's just like I'm just working full on discipline. And like I mentioned before, if you don't do certain habits before you step into a challenge, like if I didn't read, if I didn't work out, if I didn't drink enough water, I would have failed time ago. There's no way that you can, go from 0 and then do 100 for the next like 2.5 months. It's just not going to happen. Not even 2.5 months. Like you want to be able to do it for the first like, you want to be able to do it for a month. 2 weeks is the max, and I'll be surprised if you can get it done in 2 weeks. To be able to do some of these habits and then come into the challenge, then your body or your mind isn't going to be so overwhelmed and so surprised with the amount of information that you're going to have to be doing, the amount of stuff you're going to have to be doing. Since 100% of every single human being, especially if you're in your 20s or you're young, you're a teenager, you have access to a phone. And I mentioned how like I've kind of cut out the scrolling because I know it has no benefit to me. The short form content is just to grab your attention, it's just to reduce your attention span. Just because I've been able to not be so addicted to it still means that there's people who can't get off their phones. When I'm in the park, there's so many like kids, so many teenagers, they'll be on their phones. I walk past the bus stop, so many people on their phones. Sometimes I'll take the bus, so many people on their phones. And it's just like they be flicking through their For You page. They'll go from Insta, they'll go through TikTok, they'll go through YouTube Shorts, and it's just like they don't use their phones in the way that they should be using them. All the short form content that you're addicted to is designed for you to be addicted. It's designed to be addictive. Why do you think that you've got big ass titles saying watch till the end of the video, or you've got big colors trying to grab your attention? That's what it's designed to do. It's like being a fish and there's bait and you're grabbing onto the bait every single time. And if there's a video that doesn't hook your attention in the first second, then you're ready to flick off it. The day before I'm recording this video, I spent probably about 2 hours on Instagram just flicking through it. And it was kind of like a mini experiment. Like I haven't done it in so long. You know what? Let me see if I do this, I can kind of give like an actual overview and explain how I actually feel after doing that. That was probably one of the worst 2 hours I've had. Like it just made me feel so mentally drained. And after I finished it, like I kind of just felt sad. Like, I feel like I've just been like violated, like for my time, like the way I've just been robbed. I don't feel any better doing that. I feel 10 times worse. I feel so unmotivated to do anything. Processed so much information and now my head is in 100 places and people happily do this all day, every day. It's like sometimes it gets to the point where you're so addicted to the wrong things where when you try to do something good, it feels wrong. It's like when you're overweight and you're eating all the junk food and then when someone gives you healthy food, you're kind of vomiting or like it smells bad. That's what it's like when you're flicking through your phone, bro. If you're in London or if you're in like a highly dense populated city, there's literally people who are ready to just ride past you on a scooter or on a motorbike or on a normal bike, grab your phone and you'll have no idea. That's how like people are so invested. That's how you know how people are so invested into their phones. Someone is willing to just grab your phone and you will have no idea who it was. You have no idea if they were even around you. I just didn't like the feeling that happened to me. It made me feel demotivated. And I also realized after watching so many short form content, so many pictures with such big titles and people screaming at you, trying to grab your attention with anything they can, it made me realize my attention span is kind of decreased. I want to go on my phone more to keep watching short form content. I want to read because I'm used to reading, but my brain is thinking, no, what about the short form content? That's more interesting than the reading. With the reading, you can't have a short attention span, otherwise you won't be able to read. You have to be invested. You have to be able to clear your mind and not think about other things that are going to distract you and read it properly. And I felt like my concentration towards reading was just like decreasing and all my mind was thinking about was just going on TikTok and Insta and all this like just irrelevant platforms designed to just grab your attention. For a lot of people, going on your For You page and just going and going and going, having no sense of where you are or have no sense of time, it's like a comfort zone. It makes you feel comfortable. The thought of it makes you feel good. Oh, let me just spend some time flicking through it. When you finally stop, when you say, right, I've had enough, it's like you lose a sense of purpose. It's like you don't know what to do with yourself anymore. You don't know what's the meaning of life anymore. Like I'm so used to just watching short videos with so many different colors and people in front of me screaming in front of me. I don't know what else to do because nothing else is important to me. Nothing else grabs my attention the way these sort of things grab my attention. Reason why you're glued to your phone is because your brain is now used to short form content. That is the reason why you can't stop flicking off your phone. That is the reason why you can't focus on anything else. It's because your brain is now used to short form content. Your brain is now used to seeing big numbers, big letters, all sorts of colors, people screaming at you on your phone, trying to grab your attention. That is the reason why you can't get off it, because that is what you're used to. And that is what your brain is now being trained to like. That is the reason why. It's the same thing with anything else. There's satisfaction in these videos compared to reading or compared to watching a video, compared to watching a longer form content or compared to watching, I don't know, TV. There's not as much like excitement going on because it's longer form, right? You watch a show for an hour. Normally shows episodes are an hour long. When you read for like 10, 20 minutes, maybe a few pages. But with short form videos, with TikTok, with Insta, they're like 5, 10, 15 seconds. So they cram so much of like excitement in there. And then when you flick off it, there's another video, 5, 10, 15 seconds, and there's loads of excitement going on there. You don't get that when you watch the news. You don't get that when you watch, normal documentaries or normal TV shows, or when you're reading. You don't get that excitement all the time. If you did, you'll be addicted to reading. You'll be addicted to watching normal shows. Social media is when you only get times when there's excitement every 5, 10, 15 seconds. That's why it's addictive. The reason why you're addicted is because you're used to short form content, so much excitement in such a short amount of time where you keep going to find more and more and more and more excitement. That's how it works. It's human nature. It makes sense, especially how your For You page is tailored to what you like. It's literally tailored to what you like, bro. It makes it even worse because it's not only is it filled with what you like, there's also excitement every 10 seconds within what you like. I was watching a video and it was basically a guy explaining what happens to our brains when we want to watch short form content, TikTok, Insta, whatever. It was basically explaining to us, to the viewers, subconsciously or without realizing, when you go through your For You page for 10, 20, however long you spend, have a number in your mind where you think that that's the amount of time you spend on your phone. So let's say whatever the number is, say in your head. The reason why you're spending that much time is because your brain is willing to spend that number that you've just mentioned into your mind, looking for something that doesn't exist. The reason why you're flicking is because you're trying to find something. You literally can't get to the bottom of your For You page. It's impossible because there's always people posting, there's always people trying to grab your attention, basically looking for something that doesn't exist. So when you find something that excites you, or when you find something that really intrigues you, then you continue scrolling to find something that really excites you again. It's because the ultimate excitement doesn't exist. There's not a point where you look at a video and think, oh, okay, that's me done for TikTok, or that's me done for Instagram, that's me done for my For You page. I don't need to go on it ever again because I've just found the video that makes me feel excited, that makes me feel content. It's like being a dog and trying to find a bone. You're sniffing up the ground, you're trying to find it, but it doesn't exist. So you're trying to find it and find it. So when you're scrolling, trying to find the ultimate hit, but the ultimate hit don't exist. It's just made to think that you've hit the ultimate hit. Little excitements. And that's why I mentioned earlier, the 5, 10, 15 second excitement is great. It satisfies the brain for a matter of seconds until it wants to find another video. If you try to think of your brain being a dog trying to find a bone, but the bone don't exist, you find like a small hit. You're scrolling, trying to find another small hit. And then you're trying to find the big hit. The big hit doesn't even exist. That's how it's designed to be. That's how the For You pages work. If you want to make content tomorrow, you know you need to grab people's attention. You know you need to have big titles. You know you need to have a good physique, whatever you're trying to get into. This is to grab people's attention. This is because people have a short attention span. People have admitted that my attention span has decreased. My attention span has shortened because I spend too much time on my For You page. So in order to cater to those people, you've got to have a really big title. You've got to have a really good physique. You've got to have a really nice voice. I don't know what it is. You need to have a hook for people to understand, for people to watch for more than 2 seconds before they swipe off. And some people don't even watch long form content. Some people can't even watch this video because they're too used to small little 10 to 15 second videos of just pure excitement. This video isn't going to get you that 10 to 15 seconds of excitement. This video is way longer than 15 seconds. Once you work that one out, then you can decide if you want to keep flicking through your For You page or if you actually want to change for the better. I hope this helps anyone who has a serious phone addiction. You scrolling will never stop until you actually decide enough's enough. You have to decide it. The TikTok isn't going to decide for you. You have to say, okay, I'm done now. You have to make the decision. You're probably thinking, well, that's common sense. But I'm trying to say to you, it's designed to be addictive. They don't want you to stop. So you have to make up your mind to say, okay, am I going to be done or am I not going to be done? It's up to you. So I hope that helps you guys if you have a phone addiction. If you took in what I'm saying, you might look at your For You page differently and think, you know what, I'm not going to waste my time doing this. Because that's what I had to do. Day number 20, and I'll see you guys on day number 21.